So it's been a while since I came on this app and gave a real transparent heart spiel. And it's one of those nights where I'm up, supposed to be in the bed because I gotta go to work in the morning. But when I feel like this, it must be released. So I don't even know how to start this, but I know somebody needs to hear it, and I need to release it. Let me just start off by saying, my whole entire life, I've always, if I had to have a job, if I couldn't have my own business, if I couldn't, make income in other ways, I wanted to have a 9-to-5. If I just had to work for corporate America, I just said, let me get a 9-to-5, a job where I can go to work, dress up, and and be home by 6:30, 7 o'clock, right? I wanted a 9-to-5 and I wanted a relationship. Needless to say, I've obtained both of those things. Well, let me just go back for a minute. Before I got the 9-to-5 and before I got the relationship, I found myself in despair a lot, and in heavy-heartedness and depression and anxiety a lot due to the spirit of loneliness and due to being in survival mode, taking odd jobs that I just didn't like, that I was miserable at. Body was in pain, but I took these jobs to survive, right? And it was all I could do at the time. And so I was single, and I was working jobs that I just couldn't stand. Moving forward, I finally got that 9-to-5. I finally got it. And I also finally got that relationship. And now I'm living a mediocre life. When I was lonely and when I was single and when I was working those hard jobs, I had more personality. I had more substance. I had more drive, okay? I was so hungry and determined to succeed that I started developing talents and trying to turn those talents into, income. And so I got creative. I started doing different hobbies and taking on different tasks, right? And I also was conscious and aware of the system. I was conscious and aware of people, society, systems, so on and so forth. But I grew weary, and it's like the more that I knew, the more I got depressed, okay? And I would yearn to be in a relationship or just to have somebody as a companion, to get through life with. As I've said already, moving forward, I got that relationship and that job, and they're both mediocre. The job is mediocre. The relationship is mediocre. And it's almost like I put down everything that I knew or everything that I worked for or enjoyed. I ain't gonna say, I don't know if I'm saying this right, but the things that I worked for that I enjoyed, but to fulfill me, to feel fulfilled, I put those things down to pursue the relationship or to focus on the relationship and the job. Now I'm learning and I'm seeing, okay, what's happening right before my eyes is that a relationship and a job of your dream job may not always be the best thing for you. If you lose your drive, if you lose your tenacity, if you lose your authenticity, if you lose your profoundness, if you lose your desire, if you lose your hope, you have lost everything. You may have the man and you may have the job, but do you have your soul? Do you have your integrity? Do you have your drive? Are you still that vivacious soul and that profound soul that you once were? And if the answer is no, I think you need to go back to the drawing board. I mean, I can't tell y'all how much I desire to be in a relationship and how many nights I cried being single. Then I finally got one. And I don't want to speak too much on it, but needless to say, it's not fulfilling. It's very shallow, okay? And the job, it's like you gotta give up your personality to fit in. This matrix, this simulation, right? But I want to tell you in my conclusion, get back to being yourself. Get back to being different. Get back to being vivacious. Get back to being bold. Get back to being conscious. Get back to being organic. Get back to being hopeful and full of life. Even if you have to do it being single. And if there have to be an exchange, what's more important than your soul? What's more important than operating and walking in divine purpose? What's more important than walking in your power? Don't let nothing or nobody take your divine power and purpose. Single life may not be that bad after all. Working on your talents and your dreams and your gifts to get to wherever you're trying to get, it just may be the answer. Because the exchange ain't adding up, y'all. The exchange ain't adding up. So my message in this is to say, get back to being you. Y'all be empowered.